This is going to be a more serious video as opposed to the other content that I usually post because this is very close and deeply home to me, so I'd like to talk about them in spades and spans. So, hi, I'm Ceros TV, CEROS TV. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I usually post nonsense and gobbledygook on the interwebs. So, let's firstly talk about the Google Maps situation. I was seeing this all around, and I was seeing no real updates about the entirety of the story. Everybody kept saying, this is human trafficking, things of that variety. I've discovered that people use immediately everything and all of this aspect to just make up stories and things of that variety. I don't know if this is true, and I'm going to tell you this right now. This was likely done by victims of human trafficking, and then later I see even more than that was something about the lines of FaceTime was forced to leave help in Google Maps relation or something bad would happen to them. It's a lot. It's a lot, and there's a lot of nonsense going on with Google Maps, such as the Gulf of Mexico debacle, where they're saying, oh, they're actually going to change it. Google Maps is going to change it to the Gulf of America. Now, I'm going to be real with you here. I'm just going to be real with you. It kind of makes a little sense to call it the Gulf of America. I don't care about the exact naming scheme of it. It seems to be theatrics for the most part, and that's genuinely how I feel about this. People keep asking me how I feel about the entirety of the whole world landscape and how that operates. I think it's just theatrics. I think this is all just theatrics. I think this is all just a bunch of executive orders, and people are now trying to capitalize on the next big news story and figure out what the next thing to talk about is. And I usually wait and see what things are, and that's why I'm waiting on the human trafficking thing, by the way. So I just kind of glazed over it in that aspect. Google is a company that naturally shills out to people. They doesn't care about you. I'm seeing a lot of things with companies that are just doing a lot of initiatives saying, oh, well, we're getting rid of the DEI initiative thing and all this jazz. And people are saying, delete your Amazon account and delete your Target account because Target removes DEI and all this stuff and all these things, rolls back DEI policies because of the executive orders. I'm saying this all around. It's Target rolls back the DEI orders and all this jazz, and oh my goodness, it's horrible. They're not hiring black people and all these things. That's what's going on. I meant things, and then there was something with Amazon. Amazon removes DEI as well. Was these companies are pulling back on diversity initiatives, Walmart and things of that nature, and they're saying stop shopping at Walmart, stop shopping at Target, stop doing the Meta platforms, doing Amazon, McDonald's, stop doing all these companies. Don't use Ford, don't use Lowe's, don't use Harley Davidson, don't use Brown Forman, John Deere, don't use Tractor Supply. Oh my goodness, and I want to point this out. This is very important. Companies have never cared. I want to point this out. Companies have never cared at all. Like, genuinely speaking, they never have. And a lot of people don't know this, and this is something I always like to bring up all the time, about which companies own which things. So this is always an important image to me, and it's important to show people. These companies own everything. This is the diagram which will show you which owns everything. Everything is owned by these few companies, and this is actually fun. I discovered Pepsi and Coca-Cola are technically the same entity. Now, it sounds crazy to say that, considering you're saying this and they're separate. Technically the same entity. By virtue of their competition is fabricated in the same way Apple's and iPhones is completely fabricated. The same way that PlayStation and Xbox is pretty fabricated. This isn't me saying some bold conspiracy. I'm telling you the genuine truth. It just doesn't matter. They don't care. They do it so people can have sides to pick. It's right or wrong. It's always two. It's never three. Never three. Always, you never see three. It's always two. It's always right, left, Pepsi, Coke. It's always two. Why is it always two? Android, iPhone, because there's only two sides to every issue, and the two people and the two sides are usually together. They're usually just one cohesive thing. I don't know why people haven't taken note of why it's always two. It's always been two, and that is something that is publicly available information. You can just look it up. You can just Google it. When someone says to just Google it, you can genuinely just Google it, and that's very important. And the second bulk of what I want to talk about in this video, this is also just deeply important to me, is the advent of the Chinese AI. I didn't want to make a whole separate video about the Chinese AI, so I'm just probably going to separate this into chapters. DeepSeek. DeepSeek is a new, big, gigantic AI that is causing all the controversies, making the Nvidia stock market crash. Oh my goodness, the market cap loss is going down. It's crazy. And tech stock sinks, Nvidia drops sharply. China DeepSeek AI is surging in popularity. This is insane. What's going on? I want to say this right now. If you are horrified of foreign competition in that degree, if you're scared that the stock market is dropping and all this jazz, it doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, it deeply doesn't matter. AI is going to come in the future, and it is going to change and shake and revolutionize. Do you think America is the only place that has big technological advancements? Technology is not linear. It doesn't go up like that. It's exponential. It goes up crazy sometimes. It sometimes takes a divot and then goes up crazy. That's genuinely how it operates. That's how it works. We had working toilets before we had trains. That is always a phenomenon to me, but they're two different things and they're two different systems. But how we had plumbing before trains always baffles me, but that's genuinely how it operates. The new AI in China is not going to destroy or disrupt the entire world. You can try it out. It's open source AI, and people are saying, well, this is worse than TikTok, because if China is going to get all this information from the thing, China is always going to get the information. It's always an information war. Yes, they're going to take my information. At this point, I genuinely don't care. Like, I don't care about any of the information that's being stolen and that's being taken. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I don't care about any of the information being taken. If my information is being taken and sold away, then by all means, you can figure out if your information is being taken with fastpeoplesearch.com. That's not an ad. I'm not trying to do an ad for you. But if you look up your name, if you go to fastpeoplesearch.com, this is very important. I recommend you do this. Go to fastpeoplesearch and look up your name. Look up your phone number, your name, look up your address, figure out what information is publicly available, how many connections they have, because they can track you down like this. I found myself on here. I found my sister. I found some people who just randomly gave me their name at the bar just to test it out and see what was going on. I was just testing it out. You can have your birthday and things of that nature, and it's all just free. It's all just free, just on the online interwebs. You can find it by your phone number and things of that variety. If you get a phone number from a guy and you want to figure out if he has a criminal record, you can use Fastly Search to get some more leads and figure that out. If you can figure that out in many droves and waves, you can Google people's names and figure out what location they're in. You have the strongest device on the planet, period. This thing, you have the strongest device ever, and you refuse to use it for fun, for data collection, for analysis. The instant you agree to have one of these things on a term of service, it says you can take all your information. So this new Chinese AI that people are scared is going to take your information, you already decided to give up everything you own. You decided, you know what, I want to have access to the internet. One of the fine print things that are read in there, that's why I said you should read the contract, is the fact of the matter that they take all your information. That's what's happening. They just take it all. Welcome to the real world. They just take all your information. That's what's happening. It sucks, and it's disheartening to hear, and it's not fun, and you don't get a choice in the matter, and it's horrifying, and it's evil, and it feels like garbage, and you don't know what to do. Well, guess what? That's the reality of the world. That's how it operates, and it's not changing anytime soon. It's genuinely not changing anytime soon. This is just how it operates, and this is how the world works. And it hurts to say that, because the people that say it the most are really making the world much worse in that aspect. And I don't want to make the world worse. I want people to have this aspect of kindness and be happy about things and be happy about the world. But people thinking that companies care about them, the people thinking that there was actually any good companies in the aspect of, why are they rolling back the DEI? Why are they doing these Chinese DeepSeek things? Why is this happening? They never have cared. There has been no instance in which the common person has been cared about by a company. They don't care about LGBTQ. They don't care about the Republicans. They don't care about you. They don't. The world doesn't care about you, so you have to care about yourself. It is so important to do that. I apologize for the lower tone and lower energy of this video. I just want to say that right now. I just got out of a car crash. So I am not that high of energy. I am in deep pain. I'm also on muscle relaxers, hence why the frequency of video, especially the sporadic ones that I've been posting, are a bit lower energy. Usually I have a much more higher energy or higher pace to me, and I'm very sorry, but all I can do is technically make videos, so that's why you're getting a lot more right now. If you guys would like to help me, I have a GoFundMe in the top comment, in the pinned comment. I appreciate that. I have to pay for medical bills, and a lot of people tell me I don't have to pay for medical bills. I do. I have to pay for that. I have a lot of things to genuinely pay for, because this has messed me up. I got charged because of the whole situation. It's a whole mess. I don't want to talk about my stress and mess right there. But thank you so much for checking out my video. Thank you so much for being here. Don't be scared of AI or the advent of the future. Don't be scared about these companies. Just start focusing on the things that are within your control that you actually can change. The people around you, your love relationships, your job, if you can request a raise, anything like that. I'm going to try to end this on a positive note because I know you're scared and fearful of the future of the world, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. We don't live forever, and we all pass one day, and that's the one thing we all have in common, and we should find solace in that because we don't have to deal with this for much longer. I know it sounds very morbid to say that, but that's actually a saving grace at this point. So thank you.